He tried to go face to face with Shaq, but he ended up like in his belly button, you know. So
yeah.
And then when Big Show came out, they went face to face.
All right, that's where I caught it. And then Shaq challenged the Big Show to a match, but Big Show turned him down and said that basically didn't need the attorneys from the NBA and David Stern to call him up. And, if Big Show basically said, I would murder you, dude. I would kill you, and I don't want any attorney's fees or anything like that. We go to a commercial break. We come back, and we had
he made a match. He made the main event before the commercial.
Well, they made what? He made beat the clock matches.
No. He did that, and he announced Crime Time versus Jericho and Big Show with him as the special enforcer.
That's right. You're right. So the main event was Crime Time versus Chris Jericho and the Big Show, and then like Boone just said, Shaq was the special enforcer, and then he also announced a series of beat the clock matches
for the number one contendership. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically we pretty much knew it was either down to Triple H or John Cena. You know what I mean, between those two. And we had said last week that John Cena versus Randy Orton looked pretty likely for SummerSlam, and that's the route that they wound up going. Our first beat the clock match was Mark Henry against Carlito. This went 6:47. So,
that was the time to beat throughout the whole show, too, until the very end.
Yeah, for most of the show, no doubt. I think Evan Bourne...
yeah, but it didn't count, remember? They said it didn't count because he wasn't a beat-the-clock participant.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Mark Henry got the world's strongest slam, and like I said, 6:47 was the time to beat. The Divas match last night on Raw, I tell you what, man, on a weekly basis, it's horrible. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Rosa Mendez, Alicia Fox looked good last night, but Rosa Mendez just doesn't do it for me, you know what I mean? And then you had Gail Kim in there. I don't know, she seemed off. Kelly, she's great to look at, but just awful green still. And God bless her, she tries. You can tell that she tries and trains down at SCW during her off time, and but it just doesn't. I don't know, the Divas don't do it. Divas matches, I can't say the Divas don't do it for me, but the Divas matches just, I don't know, on a week-to-week basis on Raw, just doesn't do it. So we had Mickie James, Kelly, and Gail Kim were able to get the pin there. Chris Masters made his, wait a minute. We had a backstage segment. Did you see this with Michael Cole?
No, I didn't see anything.
Oh. Well, you saw the opening segment.
No, I read it. I just knew what happened.
All right. Michael Cole was in the back with Shaq, and Hornswoggle came walking in, and what was it? Somebody in the chat room. What did Michael Cole say last night? Something about Shaq-alicious? Was it something corny? I don't know.
He tried to put his hand out for the fist bump, too, and Shaq ignored him or whatever.
Yeah, Shaq ignored him. Shaq-alicious.
And it was basically Michael Cole being a giant nerd, that whole segment.
Just a big nerd, exactly.
Yeah.
And they took him away from the announce booth to do that backstage segment and then sent him back out. Horrible. Chris Masters made his return last night on Raw. This was another beat the clock match.
How did he look? I didn't watch it. They say he shrunk quite a bit, his muscle size and everything.
I'll tell you what. We had some pictures up on WZROnline.com, and he looked much smaller.
He still looks like that?
Ago. No, he looked bigger than that. He looked bigger than the photos we had on the website WZROnline.com in our image galleries. But he looked bigger than that, but he didn't look bad. You know what I mean? And it looks like they're gonna do an angle with Chris Masters and MVP because they had the double count out finished last night.
Well, you put him in the master lock, but it was on the outside of the ring, right? And then they just counted him out.
Yeah, they counted them both out, double count out for both of them, and I don't know. It seemed like it was going to set up something here in the coming weeks between those two. Chris Masters with a full head of hair.
Yeah.
You know, hair for men. Is that what they call it?
Hair club for men.
Hair club for men, or what's
something
the other?
Like that.
Something, I don't know what it's called, but definitely found it. You know what I mean? I mean, that guy had a mop last night for I don't know, like this. But the Brian Kendrick versus 2 seconds. Poor
Kendrick was trashing Jerry Lawler before the match, isn't that right?
Yeah, but Kendrick came out a few weeks ago and got in Lawler's face.
Yeah.
And then they had the match last week on Raw. Basically came out. It all started about 2 weeks ago where Kendrick came out and said he was going to be Chris Jericho's tag team partner.
Yep.
Got right in Jerry Lawler's face. Lawler got up, and they did the match last week. And then Kendrick came out and trashed Lawler some more and got jobbed out again. It seems like, I don't know. It seems like the poor guy smokes a little bit of pot and gets gets totally jobbed out for it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I mean, week after week, I don't know. There's heat with management with him. You know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see how long he sticks around. They're still giving him a mic though, so I don't know. Then we had Triple H against Cody Rhodes. He
got attacked first. He got attacked backstage. Remember?
That was just a quick segment. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's important.
Ted DiBiase hit him in the leg, and then during the match, Cody Rhodes worked over that leg. Triple H hit the pedigree with about 1 second to go. But the clock ran up before he was up to get the pin.
Yeah, so 6:47. He couldn't beat that time.
Yeah, so they failed there, and then we had Chavo Guerrero and Hornswoggle. Man, need we say more about this? Just horrible. Horrible.
Hornswoggle gets the win with the tadpole splash. I love the name of that move, though. I don't care how bad the match was. The name of that move is awesome.
The tadpole splash.
I love it.
We had a backstage segment where Jack Swagger got in Randy Orton's face, basically.
Yeah, I read that. That's big, no?
Well, Jack Swagger came out a couple weeks ago during that draft. And,
but I'm saying they're keeping it going. They're keeping Jack Swagger kind of a little bit in the midst of the main event stuff. He's not fully in there, but he's teasing it here and there regularly.
He's still there. It wouldn't surprise me in the future to see them do something with him in the legacy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just a young guy, and like you said, they're keeping him. There's subtle hints. You know what I mean, over the last few months. So it's good to see him keeping him up there because he's got all the talent in the world.
And they're doing stuff with him at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Swagger then came out against Evan Bourne. This is where Bourne beat the time.
But it didn't count.
He was it didn't count because he wasn't in the beat the clock challenge. And then we had John Cena versus The Miz was our final.
Well, right there we had Triple H interview where he challenged Legacy to a handicap match next week, and so. Yeah,
that's right. We talked about that. John Cena versus The Miz. John Cena won by submission about 2 or 3 minutes before the time ran out. So he was. Yeah. He is the new number one contender, and we've got John Cena versus Randy Orton for the.
They had their little stare down because Orton was on commentary.
Yeah, that's right. Orton, he was on commentary.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah. And then in our main event, we had the Big Show and Chris Jericho against Crime Time. Basically, this was all to set up the end with the Big Show versus Shaq face off. SummerSlam is coming. You know what I mean? And Shaq seems like he's down to do whatever. I mean, he's got a TV show.
I don't think NBA or his team. I don't even know where he plays for anymore. He plays Cleveland.
Cleveland with
LeBron. Yeah. I don't think they would let him. I don't think they would let him do a match because you could get injured and he's a lot. They pay him millions of dollars,
Yeah, but they've let him play other people in their own sports. I mean, I don't know who he's played. Or what he's done for his new TV show.
That's right. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
I don't know. SummerSlam is coming up, and
I don't see him doing that. I mean, after the rating last night, you'd think that WWE would be smart to try at least do like Shaq versus Big Show or something.
Yeah, Shaq versus the Big Show at SummerSlam, or maybe WrestleMania next year as the major celebrity that comes in. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but they set it up last night with Shaq basically pushing Big Show down, gave him that shoulder block as the show came to an end. We had Shaq and Crime Time in the ring celebrating, and then after Raw,
this was the main event.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And most of the stuff, we put up 2 videos from YouTube today, and most of that stuff was better than the actual live Raw. You know what I mean?
That stuff's always going to be better because it's real, So.
Yeah, I know. Well,
like with the Ric Flair celebrations and all that stuff they've done. They did 2 Ric Flair celebrations in the past. One when he retired, and one when he just had a good match on Raw, I guess.
Well, if that stuff is always better because it's real, how about letting the guys be a little bit more real? Instead of this obviously scripted promos. I mean,
that's
I know
so obvious. That's what they should do. I mean, that's